Alright, so what's going on, guys? It's 19th of the 8th, 2022, 9:13 p.m. Haven't had much sleep. worked a long day, and now I'm up here on the charts, and you're gonna run you through trying to find a simple way for people to trade. So some of the indicators that I have is just the EMA, so EMA crossing inputs of 100 and 200, and then I have a better RSI, which you can just search in here, better RSI, it's just there by Trade Calmly. It's pretty, I've tried to make it as simple as possible, so price can be a line, it can be candles, whatever you want. It can be, and you're pretty much looking for the 100 crossing the 200, okay, and that's your buy signal. So if you do EMA crossing, you will get a buy signal here, but just because you get an arrow, it doesn't mean you buy straight away. You've also got RSI coming into here, right? So obviously above 50s bullish territory, below 50s bearish territory. But it's also subjective to the trend. Obviously it's an uptrend, so there are some things that obviously you can do, inverted head and shoulders, and you got a break of the high here, new high there, pullback, so it validates the consolidation along the 200. So the first buy signal is in here in the consolidation and so you're looking for that consolidation and support on the 200, so dynamic support, and you can use the oversold on a pullback after a new high. So new high, oversold, EMA crossing, and consolidation on the 200 EMA on the 30-minute. So that's a entry signal here. Okay. So entry signal is there. Right, now for your long position, so you'll be looking to long on the bottom, right? So get like here. Your stop target is 70, around 70 points, so that's 750. Sorry. Alright, so 50 there, 50, so 52, which is about 17%, 0.717%, to 70. Obviously, there's liquidity being brought up here through demand, so it's been tried to push down, hasn't quite held, and then it closed above the 200. So closing above 200 is another confirmation of support. So it closes above, doesn't close below, right? Just like the lines that I do. So like that, buys above, right? Buys above, boom. So you can still utilize the strategy there. So, but that's what you're looking for. You're looking for so the change in structure, which is the inverted head and shoulders followed by a new high for a pullback. Let's say it's a 0.32 fib retracement from that low to the new high. And your first take profit target is previous high, right? So previous high, so you get about 1.8% there. Closing, maybe 60 to 90% of the trade, and then you're letting a runner run. So you're letting a runner run. And I just want to fix the supply defaults. Okay. And I'll just save this. I'll auto save. Alright, so once we've established that, yeah, we're in a change of character for an uptrend, coming here, and then we're looking for either scaled in entries or new positions altogether. So our runner would probably you'd probably end up closing maybe around here, so it pulls back, closing here, right? RSI's gone to neutral, so when it's white it's neutral, when it's green it's bullish, when it's red it's bearish. But as long as the bias of the trend is price is trending, and with the 100 and 200 EMA and they haven't crossed under, then the trend is your friend in this situation. So now we're looking for like that. So we're looking for a touch, so it's closed, touched and closed above, right? Touched and closed above, which signals the potential another entry if it's midnight. So I wouldn't have been able to get that anyway. So all through here, yeah, I'd be getting this. So 4 o'clock, up to 6:30. So that's London session. So you'd be able to get that. You'd be able to get that move. And this is Asian session, so a bit of consolidation. So we do have a new high here at 9:30, and then we've got a whole bunch of consolidation here. So finding our demand, which is there. Right, so we're just marking zones still. We're not totally going off here, but so our ideal entry is in this zone. So long position, and we want to establish our stop first. So if our stop is 50, then we potentially want to be looking for that wick there. So that's where we would want to be placing our limit order. So just going off that wick there, and we managed to stay in the trade. Obviously we're going to have to, our first target is this high, which it would hit here, and then we're leaving a runner. What's that? Midnight. You wouldn't be able to get this, but you'd be able to get that target. So closing 80%. Or it's 5 a.m. over there. And this is where you're going to have to really hold for a good couple of days, you know what I mean? So, when it comes back to your entry, you're going to have to be like, you're just going to have to suck it up and accept the risk. Otherwise, you miss this, and then you close the entry, you've held it for a couple of days. Now you got to pay swaps for holding positions overnight. So you get that TP, and then you leave a runner. So your runners keep going. So now you've either got 2 runners and 2 positions closed. Okay. So now we're looking again. Obviously RSI is still bullish. Even we've got a bit of divergence because the highs, high. The highs are receding, but price is moving up. So we're looking for that pullback. We end up getting one here, right? So mark our zones once again. Let's see, midnight, we're not going to get that. 10:30. Okay, so this is about London. So yes, we are going to get this. London. So around 6:30, no problem. First target is the high. Alright, so yeah, not quite there yet. Our stop is about 50. So yeah, look at that. Oh, we're just saved there. So 50 there. So 50, we've broken below, but it's come back up. So price has created a bullish divergence signal here. So where the lows are increasing when the lows here are decreasing. So there's a shift and the EMAs haven't crossed, so it's still bullish. So still bullish. You got bullish divergence on RSI, and then you got Asian consolidation. You got that close above. If you want to wait for the close above the 200, you've got the close above 200. Just give it another hour or two, and then you're in again. So we've got our first TP there. Okay. We have a new high, so we've established a new high here. So now we've probably potentially got 3 runners on, and it's just a pure trend-based strategy, and we want to make sure that there's always new highs. Now what we got? So we're coming in here. I do have these kill zones here, but I haven't style. So we're really looking for just the London stuff. I'll reset settings. Now I'm looking for Asia. Close that. So we need to know the London, the US time zones, because we're trying to leave it running, right? So there. London close, so that should all just be, so London open. London open here. So London open at 5 o'clock. So London open 5 and closing here. Letting it run. So London closing in the, well, it's not really closing there, is it? What the hell's going on there? Anyway, 'Cause so we're just trying to really just get rid of whatever's going to distract us. That's not true. So we want to get rid of that. O'clock, I'm close high, 1:30. So yeah, we're looking for London. London obviously is sort of one weekend, the fourth. So we're just looking for a continuous pattern. So let's see, 5 o'clock. Yep, 5 o'clock. So that's when we're looking for our entries. So London. Obviously, if it's up here, then we're not looking for a buy, are we? So we're just gonna have to let it go. 10:30. Look, if you want to stay up till New York open, then I guess you could, there you go. You could look at New York as well. So you got New York open there. 5 o'clock. Why is it going backwards and forward? $2 p.m. That's not right. Some of these things are okay, and some of these things are really not good at all. But I do know that London is open at 5 o'clock, so that's when we're going to be looking for our entries. So looks there's nothing there. But we are coming to, you know, a period of consolidation in here, right? And our London Open is there. So this is where, you know, we prefer to look for our entries. We get some bullish divergence on RSI. We get a zone here for demand, and we do have a break and close above the EMAs. So, you know, we could get a long position anywhere in here. Look, that's all consolidation, yeah. So here, our stop is 50, right? So, and our first target is here, which we get relatively quick, and then we're leaving a run, okay? So runners are running, there's nothing, you know, we're looking for, we're looking for good entries, obviously. So, keep going. So yeah, there's not really much. What's that? 10 o'clock, 11:30. So it's just pumping through. It's just pumping through the US, and it's pulling back in Asia, pulling back in London, pumping in US, pulling back in Asia, London, pumping in US. So you can see who's selling and who's buying. So obviously Asia's selling it off, London's selling off, America's pumping, and, you know, and the cycle continues. Now we've got London Open and a strong sell-off. So potentially, we've broken the lows here, so which I was looking at before, and that'd be breaking lows and then creating a new low would be the end of our runners. And you know, if it's one lot at 1.8% on the US 30. You know, that's $5,600 there just in one trade. You know, obviously we're going to close, say, 80% of that, and then, you know, let 0.2 or 2 units running. So if you get 2 units running, and then you add to the position, you get another 2 units, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, so a total of 8 units. But so two units running from here, and if you're trying to let that pretty much go to the top, on 2 units in all, maybe like 2 weeks, so that's just from 2 units, so it's an extra 5,000 just there. If you're running one entire lot for the whole size, that's $26,000 plus 5,000, so it's like 30 grand, and that's just on one lot. Doesn't need to be huge, and it's quite manageable. One lot, so if you do 2 lots, you'd be up like 100 grand in 2 weeks, which is very manageable. Like one lot on 100x leverage is about 6 grand, I think it is. 2 lots is only 12 grand, so doable, very doable. But yeah, this is just part of the strategies that I was talking about. The MTF EMA clusters, I was having a look at that to see if I could add anything, but then if you have a look at that, like, look at all that shit, that's just fucking, that's rubbish, you know what I mean? That's fucking rubbish. So just keeping it simple here. So it's just a real trend trading strategy. I wouldn't use it in you can use it like here, but it does not work that well in a range trading environment, which this is ranging, you know what I mean? So we have some trending here and trending here, but the buy signal is here. So you buy signal there, break, and then it comes back to the demand. So obviously if you apply supply and demand, then yeah, you can buy that, but there's no new high along here. It's just coming back up to resistance. If it breaks above here, and then yeah, you could buy in there, because but then it's extended away from the EMAs, which is what we want. We want to see a cross and contraction. So cross, contraction, demand, bang. And then look the same with the bearish trend. So you sell signal, you break below, close below, rejection, straight into supply there, retest and short. But this is 3:30 a.m. so I'm not going to get that. So I'm going to be looking for in the downtrend. So it's here. Obviously, there's the consolidation range. Here's London, right? And our short, we want to be somewhere around here. Obviously, again, getting our stop loss at the 50. So smashing there. So break below. We potentially do want to see a pullback to the EMAs, but because of the sheer drop, the violence of it, the EMAs expanding at such a rapid rate, even though it's collecting 100 candles of data and 200 candles of data, this is still a valid sell. So bang, leg down, bang, leg down. You'd probably have to go, so leg down, maybe even, structure targets, something like that. So then letting a run, or, it's 2% move, the average. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. You almost sort of get an Elliott wave type style, but low pullback until around here. Rejection area. And you've also got bearish confirmation on the RSI too. So cross of 100 and 200, confirmation 1, confirmation 2, bearish impulse, confirmation 3, RSI, bearish RSI, confirmation 4, consolidation. So hey, if you can get the top, then you aim for the top, draw a zone like this, and then try to get it fucking bang, bang like that. So that way your stop's pretty good, if you can. So, or if it's 5 o'clock and what 5 o'clock is, bang, just impulse entry open, set your stops, do your risk management. When it comes to impulse entries, you really need risk management, and you just got to hold. So you hold, and then you got to hold through US, you got to hold through Asia until you get pretty much to London. So, if you can set a take profit at X amount, whatever it is, there's no right or wrong answers here. Or you just let it run to the next trading session and see where you're at. You're at fucking ridiculous profit here of 4.8%. In one day. So you'd be about on 2 lots. You know, that's 30 grand in this trade, in 31,000 USD in one trade. So running to here. So yeah, you'd be able to close this because I wake up early, so I usually check it anyway. Would you be able to close that? Yeah, you could wake up then, 5 a.m. So next position, it's pretty, so you see that big rejection there. Nah, London, you'd have to get it in Asia. So, but London, nah. So there's nothing. Prices moving up, so there's nothing there. Nothing here. Until we come to here. So obviously the cross, bang. So there's a trade there. The target TP1, letting it run. Okay. Price is broken below, no bullish, nothing. So you got a bearish thing there. You got rejection here. Can you get it? No, it's in the morning. Asia morning, maybe. London, no. So there's nothing there. Crossover here, bullish, bang. Under, nothing. See that? So there's so this is the ranging where I was saying that it won't work. Alright, you got a buy signal here. And yeah, that's valid. Yeah. Right. It's a targeting there, so it's not much, but it's still valid. Right. So letting it run. So the previous high and then a new high. So a new high is here. So you probably take profit here. There's nothing there. Oh, it's pushing it. Yeah, there's one there. Aiming, yeah, you can still get that. See, aiming for the high, previous high. So consolidation above, stops at 50, previous highs here, bang, you get that. There's nothing. And okay, sell signal. Oh, can you get that? Yeah, 9:30. Yeah, you can get that. 10 o'clock, or maybe. Let's close above, and then bang. London. You could short that. I don't see why you wouldn't. You got a bit. All you could do is sells below, bang there. But I'm just trying to keep it sort of simple. Alright, so you got the bullish there, and then yeah, I've already done the bullish side, done the bearish side, done. There'd be a few times like there's some massive moves here, but this would be a different strategy. So you only trade when your strategy aligns, and still I just showed you in this strategy, like you still fucking if you can hold through and fucking really get that, like what was that entry, bang, buy and profit level, yeah. That's still what? Oh, no, you wouldn't be able to get that. Oh, you'd be able to get it, but you'd have to set a limit order, and you'd really, you'd fucking need to nail it so good. So you'd need to even be on a lower time frames. But yeah, a trade like this on 2 lots that's 25 grand in a day and a bit. So you'd only need to trade like 1, 2, you got 4% there, 4% there, so that's 50 grand in the space of in the space of 16 days, bang bang done. Got a little one there, just little. That's probably just a play around money. 1% there, 1.3% there, 1.3% there, right? But the mega move here is 10%. Fucking Jesus. If you can hold, if you can just hold that and then potentially scale in. So on 20 lots, so that's a month, and you've made 64,000 USD, and then you've potentially got all these scaled in trades. So now you're compounding on your position sizes. But we're at a real major rejection level here. So you still need to understand like your levels and your support, resistance, supply, demand, because these trades, this is a valid strategy. What I'm telling you right now. Really, you're just looking for the entry signals, taking it, doing the risk management, potentially using limit orders rather than market buys and sells, because that way there was a limit order, you have a look at the price, and then maybe you see some maybe you see some wicks here, so you want to zoom in, have a little look at a little bit more. So you'll set it like that, and your entry will be only at 31,732, stop loss at 31,679, in relation to your account size and your risk management. Let's see. So we haven't completely, obviously the EMAs haven't crossed, so in relation to this strategy, you'd be waiting for it to cross or come back. I was in sales from up here because it was I knew, and then my next sales signal would have been here. Sales below, so the break, the retest, and adding another short or going in on another short. But the best way to do something is to get one strategy and master that. So this is just I just thought to me, I thought it was easy. So I don't, you'd have to test it out for yourself, see if it works. Choose the hours that you want to trade. So you're going to trade in London, then you're on the charts at 5 p.m. That's the best time that I can trade. So that's the times that I look for, and hence that's why I left them marked out like that. So I've got 100 EMA, 200 EMA, ICT's kill zones focusing on the London Open, and then the better RSI. I hope it helps.